What's up, guys? It's Danny and Gray's Cards and Toys, and we're coming back at you again today with another video. Hope you all are doing well out there. We've got a recent trip to some race shops, and we picked up some awesome cards. Basically, everything we've got here we don't have, and it's just incredible how we continue to go down, and we'll hit up different shops throughout the year. That way we're not just getting the same stuff. And we've kind of come to the point, if we go to a shop and they have a card that we already have or something and we think we got it, we don't really grab it, just because there's no point to keep getting the same card over and over and over and over again. But we did go to some handful of shops, and I think we done pretty good. So we're going to get started off right here. The main reason I had went to this shop was to get a certain card, and we actually wound up getting it, and I was so excited. I know Grayson was as well. But that was the MBM shop, Garage 66. And then we also got a handful of extra cards that we didn't have, and that was also pretty awesome. And then we also had a card that we had to turn back in because Carl Long did not like it, and he did not want the cards out there, but that's okay. But anyways, we did get the Pure Kick for Josh Bilicki, and not sure what this is. It looks like it's some kind of stuff you put in water. But we got that. We got Garrett Smithley, Rogers man, had to say that. Got Timmy Hill. He was actually there, and by the time we got this card, he was already gone. So yeah, that kind of stunk, but it is what it is. We'll get him later on. We got this Josh Bilicki. And then, like I said, the card that we were really excited about was the King of the Hill. There it is. Joey Gase. And then, lo and behold, it was Casey Mears. He was due to drive at Daytona that week. And he was in there getting his seat fitted and stuff like that, and doing some team stuff. And we got one of their new cards, and that one is signed to Grayson. Now, all these are Grayson's cards that I'm showing you guys. There's just no point of me showing doubles. I've kind of talked about that before on different videos, how there's just really honestly no point in me putting up the same card over and over and over and everything. So that's what you're seeing here. But anyways, there's his stuff from that's what we got at the 66. All right, next one we went to was Legacy Motor Club. Now, mixed emotions on going down there. You just never know what you're going to get. And we walked in, and lo and behold, she actually had a rack back out with some cards on it, and it was actually stuff we needed. So we were excited about this. This is last year's cards, but it's Massey Motor Freight for John Hunter, Nemechek, and we know it's last year's because of it being black like that versus this year's white backgrounds. And here we go. This is PB Fire and Safety. I know we don't have that one, and then we didn't have this one either. I think this is from Chicago, Street Course for Eric Jones. So that was exciting to get that one with the Advent Health Medicine, Chicago Medicine. There we go. Couldn't get it out, but it's nice to get those. And then we left from there. MHR is right next to Legacy, and that is McNally Hagelman Racing. And we got a Tyler Ankrum. We weren't sure if we had this or not, so in this case we did grab that one. And then we know we didn't have this one for Christian Eckes, the Night Vision Napa. Connor Mosack, same there. We don't think we had it, but you know, we weren't sure, so we grabbed it anyways. And then the guy, we had a worker there. He brought out a couple signed hero cards. So Grayson got this Tyler Ankrum and that Daniel Hemrick. So that was cool that he was nice enough to do that. All right, from there we went over to Live Fast, which is BJ McLeod's group. And we managed to get this Catholic leg. They had the doors locked, but we asked one of the workers. He was actually the hauler driver for BJ, not BJ, Matt DiBenedetto. And we actually got in by him. He let us in, and we got this Catherine leg, so that was nice. And appreciate him for letting us in the doors there. So that was cool. All right, from there we left and went to Tricon, and it's just been mixed emotions down there too, because you know, if you're going in there thinking you're getting a Tony Breidinger, well, you got another thing coming. It ain't happening. And then half the time it's the same old cards, and people just take everything. But that's for a whole nother day. I could rant on about that all day long. But we did manage to get some that we didn't have. We got a Corey Heim here, Safelite, and nice to get that one. We got this Tanner Gray, front and back on that one. And then we asked them, as we always do, do you have any Tony Breidingers? And they're never on the rack. And the guy remembers us from coming in there and asking. Well, he actually gave us this. Guys, don't think you're going in there getting this, because I can just go ahead and tell you now. They had them put back, and it's a blank back. But it is signed. One of these days, I'm actually going to get her in person for once with some stuff of mine. I think I've only gotten her like once, maybe. I don't even think that. I think I've only saw her. For whatever reason, it's just ridiculous for me to try and get her to sign stuff. Grayson's never met her, and he wants to do that as well. So maybe coming up soon, we can make that happen. But I do appreciate them for giving us each one of them. All right, from there, we went to Spire Motorsports. And I'm going to tell you what, man, you can get some cards at Spire, and it's just crazy how many each driver gets. Like, if you're collecting McDowell, Hocevar, or Justin Haley, or I feel for you, because there's got to be some cards that you've missed. I know we've probably missed some as well. But we did get these given to us, Rodney Childers. We already had that one. But that's okay. That'll give us something for him if we see him. We weren't sure about this Hocevar, if we had it or not. I think that was from last year. Andres Perez, I know this was from last year, I believe. Anyways, wasn't sure if we had that one. I know he had so many different ones last year, but I was like, hey, we'll take it. Give us something for him. Same with this Hocevar, we weren't sure about, so we grabbed it. Awesome guy behind the counter there. He knows who he is if he's watching. We appreciate him always being a good friend and helping us out. And then we go on into some stuff that I'm pretty sure I know we don't have. We've got a Gainbridge 21 Project Zen for Michael McDowell. Like I said, there's so many cards. It's insane with these guys. Justin Haley. This is the North Carolina National Guard. Always ready team. I think that was ran at Charlotte, I believe. Or either something like that. I think it was Charlotte. And anyways, we've got this one. I think this was ran at either Indy or Chicago race. I'm sure Grayson will let me know in the long run. Indy 25, the Indy Fever, their basketball team. And this is for Hocevar. Awesome looking car there. All right, then we got another one for Carson Hocevar. Like I said, I think we've got about 15 different cards for Hocevar to get signed right now. These are awesome right here, though. Butterbean Queen right here in the 07 truck. Super excited to get that one. And then Jordan Taylor. Didn't expect this one going in, but I'm glad we managed to get that one as well. And then this one is signed by Kyle Busch. So that's awesome. And then there on the counter they had these. And I think this is interesting. We got Carson Hocevar. Now they made a card of him. I don't know if they're making it for the other team members. But it tells a little bit about him, and it's like a trading card. But get this, there's only 250 of these made. This is 178 at 250 there. So nice to have that. We'll definitely be getting them signed. But anyways, that is our little adventure. We hope y'all enjoyed. Thanks always for watching. This is Danny and Gray's Cards and Toys. Please leave us a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And we'll see y'all later. Take care, guys. God bless.